for here. I wanted to invite you to come and be part of a little bit of the photo shoot today for my upcoming book, Real Food for Real Bodies. I'm so thrilled to finally be bringing this to life. And it's just been wonderful to have friends and family and team helping me so much with that. And so we had this set up for the shoot, and I just said, well, let's just go live and I'll teach you guys how to make Lomi Lomi. So the fun thing is you get to massage. You can use kale or collard greens for this. I have kale here, but you get to give your greens a massage, and that's why it's called Lomi Lomi. So I learned about it when I was in Kauai and working with horses there. And so if you want to pay me that, this is some of what we've been shooting today, just a little bit, working with a few different recipes. I've got some soaked grain recipes and just some wonderful things that are coming together for the book. But so we're just going to take some time today and make some Lomi Lomi together. So the only thing you need to bring this recipe together is some fresh grains. You can use kale or collards. Those are my favorites for this. And then I always have a little bit of Celtic sea salt on hand, and this is a coarse brown. And then this is what we'll wash and massage. And you massage it with olive oil. So you're really infusing your food with a lot of good vibes and a lot of love. And it's great. I mean, people love this dish. It's something we would have a lot during teacher trainings. When I would hold those, we would make Lomi Lomi together, and then we would have our meals together. So this is my favorite olive oil. It's Biryani. It's out of California. It's organic. It's a fantastic oil. So that's the one that I like to use for this, but any good quality olive oil. And then I use the dried cranberries, and it makes it very pretty and very colorful. We had a beautiful avocado for the shoot today. This avocado is not ripe, so it won't be going in the salad today, but we can always add it in tomorrow because, avocados, right? So, and then these are just kind of optional, but we've got some fresh cucumber. And then I have a feta cheese. This is the goat's feta cheese. And then fresh organic walnuts and pumpkin seeds. And if you've never had pumpkin seeds, I love them. They're one of my favorites. So I love to add them to the salad. And you can see it's really simple ingredients, and it's all just fresh. So I'm going to rinse the Lomi Lomi and then chop it and massage it. So I'll be able to, if you don't know where your greens have been, you can put them in a veggie wash, which can be really nice. You just soak them for a few minutes and then rinse them again. So give them a squeeze since we're going to be massaging them anyway. So when you're making Lomi Lomi, the stems actually have a lot of nutrition in the stems. So it's really a personal preference whether you want to keep those in there. It's just extra crunch. But I think for today, I'm going to take most of those stems off. And then depending on, your preference, you can actually just take the grains right off of the stem all the way down. Some people like to leave that on. I think today I'm just feeling like I'm going to go stemless. So it's just a personal preference. If you have a pet rabbit, you can give your rabbit your stems. I would love that. So actually some dogs love raw vegetables too. So this traditionally, like I said, you just massage it and work the olive oil into it. Some people might have a preference to steam their greens first, and that's fine. I think it's one of those things like there's so many rules with food, and sometimes they can be beneficial, and sometimes they can just take all the joy out of life, and that can be kind of annoying. So, but if you're that person that absolutely has to steam them, then steam them. It's really just a personal preference. But I really like this one a lot. Years ago, I was with some friends in Florida, and we were all in the kitchen making food. And I mentioned that I wanted to have a cooking show called Gloria in the Raw. And they burst out laughing. They were like, you cannot have a show called Gloria in the Raw. I meant raw food that they were like, no, that's not where you want to go with this. They saved me from certain doom, I'm sure. But anyway, it makes me think of that because I did want to have a shredded cauliflower in the raw. I meant food though. So, you just tear up the Lomi Lomi, tear up this in bite-sized pieces. And I don't know what you guys are up to today in your lives, like what you're out and about doing, where you're catching this video. But you'll have to, go by the store and get the ingredients to make this, and just treat yourself. So another option for this salad, if you don't have a good quality olive oil, is to get some Barlean's flaxseed oil. That's really a good oil to use as well. And so if you just want to vary it and get some different good fats in your diet, you could absolutely use a little Barlean's in this recipe too, instead of, or even in combination with the olive oil. It does have a different flavor, but I think it's good to, vary the oils that you use. So, okay, so I'm just not going to pull all this kale to chop up today just for the sake of time, but you can see I've got a nice little bit here in the bowl. And the thing is, when we massage it, it does get smaller. So, I'm trying to take my ring off. And then I usually would do probably about a tablespoon of oil for this amount of greens, but you can just absolutely do it to your preference. And now is the fun part. Now is where you get to massage the greens. And this just helps break them down. It really softens them. And you can see it makes them really beautiful. I mean, they're so vibrant when you massage them like that. And when we started the photo shoot today, my beloved photographer, which thank God for you, I love you. She was over here. She's like, I'm going to put a little olive oil on the vegetables, and they just looked so pretty. So they just, I think, everything is love. So if we just massage that and get them, like, you can see they're starting to break down and get all that. It's kind of like I think it makes the chlorophyll kind of come out, which chlorophyll actually helps to cleanse your blood. So for those of you who don't know, chlorophyll is a wonderful kind of a detoxificant. But you can see it's turning into a really pretty green. So I'm just going to stop with that now. And then the rest of it's just super simple. You can serve this like you would fill up this whole bowl with this. And then just to top it, you just sprinkle some of these beauties on top, the dried cranberries. And then I'm going to bring this, I don't know, can they see into the bowl? And then we're going to bring some of the nuts to sprinkle on top. Some of the nuts and the seeds. And then a little bit of the feta on top. And you don't have to do the feta, but it can be nice to just add just a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to rinse my hands off, and I'm going to tilt this bowl so you can really see what we've got going on here. And like, if there's anyone that you love and that you just want to like brighten their day, you see how quick this was, right? I mean, this is literally probably 5 minutes. And the thing about this Lomi Lomi is that it keeps great in the fridge. So you could make a big bowl of it and just get some out, throughout the week to serve. And how does that look?
Beautiful.
Yeah. So it's one of my favorite dishes, Lomi Lomi, and it's in the book. This recipe's in the book, Real Food for Real Bodies, which is coming up. And we're working on the photos today. And so I just want to give you guys some love and let you see what we're up to. And then, of course, any of the rest, you can vary this a million ways. But so that's it. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.
Namaste.
Namaste.